has recently announced that starting in the fall of 2020, there will no longer be a world languages department. The school chose to close a department that was struggling to bring in students, but the world language department does not need to be canceled. It needs to be revamped in a new way so that it can accommodate George Fox as a school can accommodate the increasingly global business environment in which bilingual employees are in demand. As a university, we need to adapt and take pride in our rigorous programs in order to prepare students for success. My experience in the World Languages Department comes from the French department, in which I will be the last person to graduate with a French minor. Our French department now is being closed next year with the closure of the World Languages Department, which is really sad to me because it's a world in which I have been allowed to meet new people and learn more about a culture different than my own, not just French, but through the World Language Department, I've learned more about Spanish and culture with meeting new people around campus. And it's just been a great opportunity for me that I'm really sad that there won't be any more World Language Department to facilitate that meeting. The executive summary. So this proposal contains plans for the reinstallation and improvements upon a world language department for George Fox University. The goal with this department is to provide resources for students, for success to students, and to improve the global awareness of the student body. We aim to further the university's elevated reputation as well as prepare students of all majors to reach their goals at higher levels. The problem is the number of languages offered by George Fox University. The World Languages Department will no longer offer minors in French or the Romance language minor. And this is a real problem because being bilingual is super important in the business world today, as well as any job that one might get after graduation. Post-graduation employment will increases for students who have experience in a second language, whether it be fluency or even just coursework. It can really help in any environment. Understanding another culture will decrease the barriers between coworkers in the classroom for George Fox students and just around the world. Having that awareness of other cultures really helps, as well as the opportunity it creates for growth personally as you learn new things, and as well as growth as a community. George Fox, by offering more programs, would be able to support a community that wants to learn more about the world and about each other. Learning a second language also increases the ease of communication, whether this be in a business, between branches, or simply in a classroom with people of different cultures or cultural backgrounds than your own. The solution is to adapt. Just like I said, we need to offer more classes as a university in order to adapt to the changing world that's becoming even more global with social media and businesses that are getting bigger and bigger, corporations with branches out to other companies. Everything is changing towards a more global aspect. And we need to prepare for that and prepare our students for that as a university. The new World Language Department will offer French minors in French, Spanish, Mandarin, and Romance languages, as well as introductory courses in German, Italian, and Japanese through an online platform. This is achievable with the continued employment of professors who are currently working for George Fox University. In order to receive either a French, Spanish, or Mandarin minor, the requirements would be completion of 300 levels of the language, whether that be French 301 and 302, or Spanish 301 and 302, or Mandarin 301 and 302, as well as a study abroad experience within a country which speaks that language. So, for me, as a French minor, next semester in the fall, I will be going to Dijon in France and study at the University of Burgundy, where I'll be living with a host family, speaking language, immersed in the French language and culture, and learning so much more, which is an opportunity I'm really looking forward to. And I'm sad that I'm going to be the last student who gets to go participate in that. The Romance Languages minor that I would like to have offered through this department would be for students who are proficient in either French or Spanish and taking introductory coursework in Italian. Then we get to the coursework that would be offered online in German, Italian, and Japanese. And these classes, I would suggest, in this proposal, I'd like to suggest that they'd be offered through Calvin University, which has an amazing online program and really connects with their students. It's another Christian college, and they offer a wide variety of languages online. So the key personnel that would be needed for this are the professors who are already teaching at George Fox. So Debbie Burho is the World Languages and Applied Linguistics Department Chair currently, although that they are shutting down that department next year. I'm proposing that we bring it back with Debbie Burho as the chair, and she is also the professor of Spanish. Isabelle Corneau is the French professor currently, who they're laying off next year, and in this proposal, I'd like to suggest bringing her back and restarting this French program that is very rigorous and good for George Fox's overall student body. And then Kan Chin is the professor of Mandarin, and he would stay that professor. The timetable for this is a lot of brainstorming and marketing, thinking about how you would advertise for this major. And then today I'm giving my proposal presentation to peers, and then on the 24th I'd like to reach out to the important personnel, get each of them on board with it. And then in August, before leaving for France, I would like to contact the board of directors at George Fox and give a proposal presentation to them as well. Compared to other universities, George Fox has a fairly lacking world languages department. As you can see here, Linfield College offers majors and minors in French and Francophone African studies, as well as Spanish and Japanese, and then additional minors in Chinese and Latin. Seattle Pacific, another similarly sized college, has a languages, cultures, and linguistics department, which offers majors and minors in classics, French and Francophone studies, linguistics and cultural studies, as well as Spanish studies and Asian studies, and coursework additionally in Mandarin Chinese. Next year, George Fox wants to only offer a major and minor in Spanish, then coursework in Greek, Hebrew, Mandarin, and ASL. With the proposed new World Languages department, we would have all of those things, the coursework in Greek and Hebrew and ASL, as well as the continuation of the Spanish major and minor in the World Languages department, a Mandarin minor, a French minor, and the Romance Languages minor, as well as coursework in German, Italian, and Japanese, on top of all the others that are currently offered. The next step is awareness. The United States is a beautiful country full of many rich cultures that lots of us don't know currently. But the next step for the success of George Fox University is the World Language Department. And I'm going to switch back to this. So the World Languages Department relies on the spread of awareness next. In order to change ourselves as a university, we need to change our mindset to one that's more accepting of other cultures and just in general more willing to look at cultures that are different than our own. And this starts with languages and classes offered on campus. The New World Languages Department we should keep the celebration of other cultures in mind within the search for academic rigor, post-graduation employment, and overall student success is also important. And then it's our job as a university to prepare students for success in a growing global environment. To do this, we must challenge ourselves to be better than we ever have before for our university, our students, and the world. I'd just like to close with what George Fox University stands for, which is preparing students for the world and to be the best that they can be.